Okay, students, now we have some special cases. As we have V1 is M1 minus M2 U1 plus 2 M2 U2 upon M1 plus M2 and V2 is M2 minus M1 U2 2 M1 U1 upon M1 plus M2. These are the two velocities after collision. Now we have two special cases, and in the second case we have three cases. Okay, so first case, when masses of two bodies are equal, that is m1 equal to m2 equal to m. Okay, therefore if you put in place of m1 equal to m2, m1 minus m2 in place of m2 is m1, so this will become 0, so this velocity also become 0, and it is equal to 2m u2 upon 2m. So this we get, then 2m is cancelled by this, we get the velocity is equal to v1 is equal to u2. Okay, that is initial velocity before the collision, and here we are giving that velocity of A after collision is equal to velocity of B before collision, as we have this result. In the second case, velocity of B here, in we put here, so m minus m is 0, this will become 0. Okay, and we get 2m upon u1 and 2m, so here 2m is cancelled by this, and we get this is u1, that is v2 is equal to u1, that is velocity of B after collision is equal to velocity of A before collision, which means that the velocities, if the body have same masses, then the velocities of A and B before collision interchange with the velocity of A and B after collision. This is the result. Okay, now second case, when object B at rest initially, that is u2 is equal to 0. Now if u2 is equal to 0, okay, this, then in the first case we get m1 minus m2 u1 upon m1 m2, this, and if they have the same mass, then v1 will become 0 because m1 minus m2, m minus m will become 0, so v1 is 0 in this case, and the value of v2 after collision is denominator of this, and if the two have the same mass, that we get the result is v2 is equal to u1, that is 100% of kinetic energy transferred to the second object. Okay, and next, velocity when B is at rest and very heavier, that is m2 is very greater than m1, then v2 is 0 and v1 is negative value of velocity of u1 with ratio m2 upon m1, and when B is at rest and very lighter than comparison to first, in this case v1 is equal to u1 and v2 is equal to 2 times of initial velocity. These are the special case of elastic collision in one dimension. Students, next we have inelastic collision. Okay, so when the two objects are moving along straight line and after some time one object is collide with the second object and there is any loss of kinetic energy, then the collision between the two is called inelastic collision. Now we have two objects when two bodies of masses m1 and m2, that is m1 is greater than m2, okay, m1 is greater than m2 and moving with initial velocities u1 and u2, that is u1 is greater than u2 respectively along a straight line, or we say a single axis or one dimension. In collision between them involving loss of energy, it is important, loss of energy, therefore the collision is called inelastic collision. Okay, now let v1 and v2 be the velocities of object after collision. Okay, therefore according to the condition of inelastic collision, that is only linear momentum is conserved and kinetic energy not conserved, we can calculate the initial momentum before collision is m1 into u1 plus m2 into u2 and the final momentum after collision, that is m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Now according to the principal conservation of momentum for inelastic collision, for inelastic collision, okay, momentum before collision is equal to momentum after collision. Okay, therefore m1 plus u1 equal to m2 plus u2 equal to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Okay, so this is a simple case that if the masses of the object and initial velocities and any of the final velocity either v1 or v2 is given in the situation or in the problem, then we can calculate the result for the final velocity which is asked in the question. Okay, note this. Okay, next we have perfectly inelastic collision in one dimension. Okay students, perfectly inelastic collision in one dimension. We have two objects A and B having mass m1 and m2, where m1 is greater than m2 and object B at rest initially. Okay, when this is the condition before collision and this is the condition after collision. After collision they fuse together and moving with a common velocity v. Now when two bodies of masses m1 m2, where m1 is greater than m2 and moving with initial velocities u1 and u2, where u2 is 0, which means object B at rest we assume this object as target. It is important thing. We assume object B as target and object A, because it is moving initially with a velocity u1, is termed as projectile. After collision, the bodies move together with a common velocity v. Okay, now the collision is, this type of collision is called perfectly inelastic collision between them. Okay, now according to the principle of conservation of momentum, in perfectly inelastic collision, their linear momentum are conserved after collision. That is initial momentum, which is m1 u1 plus m2 u2, because u2 is at rest, so initial momentum is equal to m1 u1 only. Now after collision, final momentum is, because masses after collision fuse together, that is total mass m is equal to m1 plus m2 and their common velocity is v. Therefore final momentum is pf is equal to m1 v1. Okay, now according to the principle of linear momentum, momentum before collision and after collision are equal to each other, that we have m1 u1 is equal to m1 plus m2 v, and m1 plus m2 we have the common mass, that is capital M. Then we calculate from here the final velocity of object moving together. Okay, because m is very greater, therefore the final velocity is smaller than initial velocity of the object. Now for this perfectly elastic case, we can also calculate the electrical kinetical energy. As we know, the total energy is conserved and the object have the kinetic energy. Initially object A has kinetic energy, that is half m1 u1 square, and object B kinetic energy is 0 because it is at rest. Okay, now when the object fuse together, their kinetic energy is their mass and the square of the final velocity, that is after collision energy is equal to, let's say it is E2. Energy is equal to half m1 m2 v square. Now by putting the value of v from this relation in E2, we get this result is equal to half m1 square u1 square upon m1 plus m2. By solving it, this square transferred to the numerator and denominator, this numerator cancel the square of denominator, we get the result is this. Now there should be a loss of energy, because of this the final velocity is smaller than the initial velocity, so loss of energy, that is del E is equal to E1 minus E2. By putting the values and by taking LCM, we get this relation here, m1 u1, when we multiply this m1 with this, we get m1 square u1 square, and when m2 multiply with m1, we get m1 m2 u1 square, and minus this result. Okay, by solving this, we get this will cancel, and the loss of energy, which is del E, is equal to m1 m2 u1 square upon 2 m1 plus m2. Here students, here we have the loss of energy is positive, which gives an idea that whenever the perfectly inelastic collision takes between the two objects, then there should be a loss of energy involved every time. Thank you.